Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I'll be talking about Chief Keef affiliate, GLO gang affiliate, all that 600BOSSMOO's death, right? BOSSMOO, which was ruled as a suicidal death. All right, now apparently they say that he took out a woman before he took out himself. Now, I want to speak on that and the sudden suicides that have been occurring in Chicago lately, as well as spiritual advisor Guyla Haggan. She predicted his death 2 days prior. Now, I know it sounds crazy, right? I know. Now, some of y'all really don't believe in the spiritual realm, and that's cool. Sooner or later, you're going to get into it, and that's hopefully before it gets too late. Now, we're going to get into all that, but before we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. Now join one of the latest games on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Let's get straight into it. Now, before anything, right, I want to say RIP 600BOSSMOO and just talk about his death for a little bit. Now, as I covered in my video with Zell Munna, I stated before, don't be surprised if a whole lot of suicides start occurring in Chicago out of nowhere. And since then, this is the third one that has struck since then. So it's like 3 all in total. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Now let's get into it, right? Let's get into this article about BOSSMOO's death. Now it says here, Chief Keef associate 600BOSSMOO dies in murder-suicide September 11th, 2021. Alright, now it said Chief Keef associate 600BOSSMOO dies in murder-suicide, Los Angeles, California. He reportedly died in a murder-suicide. It says according to sources, a man later identified as 600BOSSMOO shot and killed a woman before turning the gun on himself on Thursday, September 8th at an upscale apartment complex in the Woodland Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. Now it says Los Angeles Police Department Officer Tony IM, whatever his name is, said law enforcement responded to a call from the woman who said the man was brandishing a gun and firing at her around 5:30 p.m. local time. It says officers then discovered both victims suffering from gunshot wounds once they arrived. Paramedics soon pronounced the couple dead on the scene. Now it says although their names haven't been officially released, 600 Breezy confirmed 600BOSSMOO's death on Instagram with the caption, quote, "Y'all just keep breaking my heart at 600BOSSMOO," end quote. Now it said Chief Keef has weathered a string of tragedies during the course of his career. Now notice how they start speaking on Chief Keef, y'all. Keep that in mind. Now it says in June 2020, Chicago rapper Trey Savage was driving through the Chatham neighborhood when someone opened fire, striking him in the shoulder and neck. Savage was rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he died from his injuries. It says here in April, the Chicago Tribune reported 20-year-old Demetri Jackson was arrested for Savage's death in Fort Worth, Texas on a murder warrant and extradited back to Chicago to face charges. What else? Yeah, alright, so we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there because it says here as well. Last month, Bergen, Memphis rapper YNC Capo, who was also part of Chief Keef's GLO gang, died after he was struck multiple times in Southwest Memphis. Alright, now, all shooting deaths, mind you. And we also gotta realize that when these guys quote unquote die, it's never things like basically it's never things that's out of the ordinary. It has to be something that we know them for being. It's like a shooting death. You know, they want to say overdose now. That's been like the #1 right now. Everybody's dying from an overdose. But anyway, it's never going to be something that's not too fond of the person themselves. All right. Now, once again, the news failed to give us real details that we need, just like they always do. And they failed to give us the motive. Alright, it's like they leave out key information that'll make sense to these stories, and I'm starting to feel like they're purposely doing it. Now, they said that he shot and killed a woman in the Woodland Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. right? Now keep in mind, they said this. They say here, Los Angeles Police Department Officer Tony said law enforcement responded to a call from a woman who said the man was brandishing a gun and firing at her around 5:30 p.m. local time. Officers then discovered both victims suffering from gunshot wounds. Then after they arrived, paramedics soon pronounced a couple dead at the scene. Anyway, now is it just me, or it seems like shootings and killings are just happening in Los Angeles left and right suddenly out of nowhere? All right, they're acting as if that's just the ghetto, as if that's the projects. All of a sudden, all these deaths are occurring in Los Angeles, and nobody seems to know anything, bro. No camera footage, no surveillance footage, no pictures, no phone videos, no nothing. And also, peep how they skip and leave out information. They go from even telling you the time that all this happened, but they have no details, no motive, no nothing. But they go to tell you that he was brandishing a gun after the call from the women came in, and then when they got there, they were just dead. Both of them just dead. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is a few things I want to know, right? I want to know where he was shot at. Where were these bullet holes located? Because they'll tell you it was a suicide, right? But then the autopsy later on, and this always happens with these celebrities. Later on, the autopsy would tell us that he was hit multiple times, in which we know that's not how suicides work. Nobody commits suicide by shooting himself multiple times. One shot to the head, that's it. But here's the problem. We're living in a time where no one cares about that information because things are happening so rapid, so fast. No one has time to really sit and investigate what's going on. So by the time you try and sit there and make sense of something, boom, another tragedy strikes and everybody just forgets about the tragedy at hand. Now, I also want to know what the motive might have been. Who was around him? How or why were they by themselves, knowing he's usually with the guys? These guys are never really by themselves, even when they are with a female, because they know their lifestyle. We know that by just watching them, but I think the motive will play a big part because this story isn't making any sense, just like the Zell Munna story. All we know is that he committed suicide and that was it. They didn't give us no details and still to this day haven't got any updates on the situation. And then guess what? Right after that, it came out that Los Munna is a suspect in Duck's murder along with Zell. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention. We gotta pay attention to these key stories. We gotta know the motive. These things are just happening and then it's getting swept under the rug as if just, it is what it is. No details, no nothing, no motive, no nothing to that story. Just think about it. That's like somebody, like, I can't see people just committing suicide like that out of nowhere. These guys are supposed to be well-known savages. These guys are and that's just not in our culture to sit there and just be committing suicide. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about anybody else, nobody else's culture, but you know, as a black person, we not just out here committing suicide. That was never us. That was never us. Just like how the overdoses was never us. But this is what the media portray us to be, and we believe it. So now, fast forward, Miss Guyla Haggan, one of the first, if not the first, spiritual advisors to come out and expose King Von's death, right? She posted a picture 2 days prior to this event. So follow me. And if y'all know Guyla, she posts random pictures of her EMF recorder. But this one was interesting because it said something that raised the eyebrow. And keep in mind, y'all, that she posted a screenshot of this 2 days prior to this man's death. Please keep that in your mind. 2 days prior. So, as much as y'all don't like to believe in spirituality, there's no way she could be making this up. There's no way she could be lying. There's no way she could edit any of that because she posted it first. Now, look at what the EMF recorder said. I'm going to read it to you. It said this, right? 1. On 9/7/2021 at 2:59 p.m., it said, quote unquote, Chief. On 9/7/2021 at 3 o'clock p.m., it said, quote unquote, Sacrifice. Then on 9/7/2021 at 3:02 p.m., it said, quote unquote, entered. All right. Now, she then took a screenshot of it and posted it to her Facebook and said this, quote, SHIT Chief Keef. I can't say the word. Y'all know how YouTube is. And she had eye-opening emojis next to it as a caption. Then she commented on her own post saying this, quote, either he got to give it up or somebody trying to give him up. Now, fast forward 2 days later, this news come out that Boss Moo has committed suicide in Los Angeles. All right. Now, I'm not forcing anybody to believe in anything. Your belief is your beliefs. But, however, at some point, we have to admit that these things aren't just a coincidence. Because we love to call things that we don't understand a coincidence. And to me, that's dismissive. This lady called out Chief name, showed proof, and it was 2 days prior. So evidently, she told us what was going to happen before it happened. So what are the naysayers going to say now? You see what I'm saying? Now, however it go, whatever you do decide to believe in, I think we all can agree that something isn't adding up once again with the whole suicide stuff that's starting to pop up suddenly in Chicago. And we need to do something about it. I think people need to look into these cases a little more. I know things are going at a rapid rate right now in the world. Things are getting crazy. You got earthquakes, floods, mandates, new regulations, all type of things going on right now that we can't even sit back and just focus on one thing. So, like I said, man, just stay awoke, y'all. I bring awareness. That's what we do here on this platform. It's not to say this is that and that's that. Nah, we bring awareness. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about all this in the comments, man. If they update us with anything more in the details, in which I'm sure they probably won't, I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this. But until then, man, like I said, just make sure y'all tell me how y'all feel in the comments about these random suicides that's happening. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.